Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy JD. I hope you're all doing well. I have a very special episode for you guys indeed. As you can see, I will be collaborating with another YouTuber that goes by the name of Christian Watson. And in this video, we will be talking about a variety of things. Christian will be coming in and talking about counterculture being hijacked by the leftists. And in my part, I will briefly be talking about the film industry being hijacked by woke identity politics. I hope you guys enjoy this collaboration. If you want to see more, let me know in the comment section down below. Go ahead and subscribe to Christian's channel. I'll leave a link in the description. But on this video, make sure to leave a like rating as it really helps it out. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications, share this video around, sit back, relax, and let's get into it.
The counterculture of yesterday has been hijacked by the establishment of today. And there's probably no greater example of this unfortunate phenomenon than what we saw out of Green Day's lead singer Billie Joe Armstrong recently. When the world was celebrating New Year's Eve, and like normal people, they were trying to enjoy the festivities and hopefully look towards a better and more positive future, Billie Joe Armstrong and Green Day were more concerned about making a political point by tweaking the lyrics of their song, American Idiot, to attack the millions of Americans that happen to support Donald Trump and happen to vote for Donald Trump by altering a sentence in the word to saying that he does not want to be part of the MAGA agenda. Now, of course, any singer or person are free to have the kind of views they want to. Obviously, freedom of conscience is a prerequisite to a good society, but it is particularly ironic that this turn of phrase was used in the song American Idiot when you actually consider what the song is actually about. American Idiot is a song that is about how the public, the masses, have been dumbed down, and they will literally, like sponges, soak up every and anything from the establishment media, from the media in general, and they will be led by them blindly. In fact, I will read to you a small section of the original song. It says, and I quote, "Don't want to be an American idiot, one nation controlled by the media, information age of hysteria, is calling out to idiot America." And yet, the sentiment that Billie Joe Armstrong and Green Day endorse in their turn of phrase against MAGA is 100% influenced by the brain-dead media, because it was the media, the corporate media, which under the auspices of being fair and balanced, actually were some of the biggest opponents of MAGA and of a particular political viewpoint throughout the duration of President Trump's presidency. And not only that, they were literally cheerleaders for conspiracy theories and messages coming from the left wing of the political aisle, whether it be talking about Russia collusion, whether it be trying to judge up every single past accusation made against a particular figure within the Trump White House. Whatever it is, the corporate media has quite literally been constructing narratives to destroy political figures they don't like on both the left and the right, but in this case particularly on the right. And yet Green Day goes along with their narrative while singing a song about how their narratives are destructive. How is this so? Well, before I answer that question, let me go to one more example. Neil Young. Now, Neil Young is a personal favorite of mine, but Neil Young was someone who back in the 1970s, late 60s, early 70s, was writing songs in defense of free speech. In fact, when he was with Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, he wrote a song about the Ohio-Kent State University protest, where 4 students, 3 of whom were protesting, 1 of whom was just walking by and was caught in the crossfire, were killed by government officials as they were protesting against the American invasion into Cambodia. And of course, there was nothing done about it. There was no justice. And Neil Young wrote songs in favor of free speech. And yet in our modern era, Neil Young has a grievance that Joe Rogan was able to speak honestly his opinions about the COVID-19 rhetoric and the stuff that happened surrounding that particular event and concept, and he demanded that Joe Rogan be pulled from Spotify, or he himself would pull himself from Spotify. So a free speech warrior in the 60s and 70s became a mouthpiece for the establishment narrative on one of the most consequential issues of the 20th century, and that is the role that consensus plays in dictating the health of individuals, and the role that freedom of conscience plays in individuals maintaining their own health against society that they want to push them in a direction that ultimately is not healthy at all for them, or even, ironically, the society. How does this happen, my friends? Very simply, and I'll close on this. It happens because the counterculture, at least in the entertainment industry, are always almost a product of particular environments. In the case of Green Day and Neil Young, they're both a product of Hollywood. And within these environments, sometimes those who have the most sway in those environments will try to instill certain ideas in the people in those environments that'll be popular one day. And then the people will follow those ideas to the nth degree. But as time changes, environments changes, cultures change, cliques change. And therefore, the people who are within this corporate counterculture world are therefore changed in their own perspectives by the passage of time. The truth is, any kind of corporate, astroturfed counterculture that you see is not actually a counterculture. What it is a very clever branding and marketing opportunity being pushed by forces from on high to convince people who have that sentiment of being rebellious and being dissident that they actually have a friend in popular culture, when in all reality, it all goes back to who has the most influence over the person. If record companies have the most influence over Neil Young, that's who he'll dance to the tune to. If Hollywood has the most influence over Green Day, that is who they'll dance to the tune to. Corporate counterculture, corporate dissidence is never to be trusted. Only true, grassroots, philosophically based, intellectually strong dissidence that comes from the bottom up has the potential to change society. But dissidence that simply gives the appearance of rebellion, when in all reality you're being sponsored by the people that make the system work, is anything but rebellious. It's anything but brave. It's anything but noble. It is a front meant to deceive and meant to hijack genuine and virtuous efforts to go against the establishment's attempts to abuse the public and abuse society. Well, so I think we have someone here who himself talks a lot about these issues and actually studies wokeness intensely on his YouTube channel and talks about how it impacts different people in different areas of society all the time. And so I want to turn the video over to him so that he can share some of his thoughts on this very important issue.
Well, welcome to the next part of this video, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy JD. I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to be talking about another walk of life that has been, let's say, hijacked by the current establishment and its woke identity politics, and not to the benefit of the large majority, but the small minority, and that is the film industry and the messages within films, TV shows. Look, they've always had messages within them, but there is a clear difference between the messages now and of the past, right? You see, many years ago, you would have stories within films, TV shows that inspired people, friends making it through the worst situations and building an even stronger friendship, unity, always trying to achieve what you set out to do, pushing strength, honor, empathy, and the world isn't sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, but you can overcome the obstacles of life. And you know, as I mentioned, right, when people went to the cinema, for example, and they left, they would leave feeling inspired. But in today's world, that's kind of the opposite, isn't it? And you see the social media reaction to certain films. People leave feeling demoralized. People leave feeling like, wait, hold on. Did I just waste 2 hours of my life and was constantly lectured throughout every single scene? Because in every film today, woke liberal agendas are just sprinkled in. They can't help themselves. People are constantly told that the patriarchy is ruining the world. Characters get race swapped, leaving people confused. Pronouns and gender become a vocal point. And all of that goes hand in hand with the current establishment pushing the DEI agenda, wokeness onto everybody, so people act in a certain way and behaviors just get normalized. You see, films of the past, TV shows of the past, let's say, would have people wanting to act in a more noble way. Let's just say that a lot of films, TV shows included positive messages. But now, oh, no. And this gets pushed heavily onto the younger generations, right? They get told, wait, hold on a second, men are really that bad? Really? And as you're going to see in the next Star Wars film that is being directed by this woke liberal feminist, she's come out and said, I like to make men feel uncomfortable, etc., etc. So you can see what messages are going to be included with that film. They then go around thinking pronouns are the most important thing because I saw it in XYZ TV show or film. They must be respected. They tell people, wait, no, you're wrong. That person wasn't actually white. They were something else. We literally saw it in Doctor Who recently. They race swapped Isaac Newton. Boy, and this has ultimately led to fans of whatever franchise, whatever film, whatever TV show becoming extremely frustrated, extremely tired with this woke identity politics agenda and how it has hijacked the film industry. So much so, people are spending less and less money on companies like Disney, who are losing a lot of money, and we are talking a lot of money. Is Disney going broke after becoming woke? In its annual fiscal report released on September 30th, Disney expressed concern over how the company's political stances are affecting profitability margins. We face risk relating to misalignment with public and consumer taste and preferences for entertainment, travel, and consumer products, the annual Securities and Exchange Commission report stated. The report added that revenues and profitability can be negatively impacted if the company's offerings do not achieve sufficient consumer acceptance. Further, consumers' perceptions of our position on matters of public interest, including our efforts to achieve certain of our environmental and social goals, often differ widely and present risks to our reputation and brands, the SEC filing said. Senator Ted Cruz on his Verdict podcast this week called the disclosures stunning, adding because what that means is number one, Disney has lost billions of dollars. The phrase go woke, go broke, Disney has sadly embodied that phrase. The company has received criticism from conservatives in recent years, taking partisan stances and using movies geared toward children to further the ideas of diversity in gender and sexual identity in recent years. So these agendas that help the current establishment, the Democrats, the liberals, everybody involved, trying to convince people that left is right, up is down, and pushing people down a political pipeline is proving very costly for companies like Disney. But apparently that doesn't matter, because they continue to do the same thing over and over and over again. Because why? Well, the only thing that matters clearly is the message. But that is the state of today's world. Will it change? Who knows? Let's hope so, right? But nonetheless, you have reached the end of this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you're watching this on my channel, go ahead and show some support to Christian. He's a great guy, great channel. I know you'll love his videos. If you're watching this on Christian's channel, I hope I did a good job for you guys. Hopefully in the future too, we'll be bringing more collaborations to you guys. That would be great to see. It's an interesting time to talk about all of these issues, because boy, the world is certainly heading in a strange place. But if you've enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like rating, comment on this video, share this video. It has been your boy JD. I'll catch you all soon. I'm out. Peace.